Welcome to Martin's. This is Hobby Seeking. How may I help you?
Yeah, could I get large ice cap?
A large ice cap and a large black. Anything else?
All right, let's try this again. I did this intro once and it was way too long-winded and I forgot half of the things that I was even supposed to tell you. So obviously we're not at the House of Masks, and obviously because of the title and the thumbnail of this video, you can tell that it's not the usual content. We are going to be doing some spooky related stuff in this just for you guys, but for the most part, I wanted this to be an unusual video for the channel. We're kind of taking it back to the 2015 days of vlogging. So it's winter, the cold sucks, the weather sucks, everything is lame. Corey and I have been spending a lot of time inside watching videos, as you do. And for whatever reason, the last week or so, we've been binging Pokemon card hauls and unboxings and PSA gradings and all that good stuff. So it got us in the mood to go Pokemon hunting. So that's kind of where the basis of this video came from. We are at my all-time favorite toy store up here in Fairborn, Time Warp Toys. It is right down the road from Foy's, which is a staple on this channel, and for anybody that is in the hobby, especially around Ohio, it's like the greatest brick and mortar Halloween shop left on planet Earth. And yeah, today we are specifically hunting for Pokemon stuff. We are hunting for vintage toys. Obviously, I collect a lot of other things, not just masks. I am very much into Pokemon, very much into Goosebumps, very much into wrestling, specifically the Attitude Era and Stone Cold and Kane. So hopefully we can score some stuff like that. We will take a walk down to Foy's to give you kind of an out-of-season Halloween hunting. I think we're going to try to stop at a Pokemon-only store at a mall a little bit later. And bonus points, I've been getting really into model railroading again. I've had a lot of people ask about that on this channel as well. So I think we're going to try to stop at a model train store as well. Hopefully I can make some scores. Hopefully Corey can make some scores. He hasn't been collecting much stuff the last few years, but we're trying to get him back under the bad influence here. So yeah, we just pulled up to Time Warp. Let's go see what's up. All right, so it appears as though we have shown up too early. We're only a few minutes behind when they are supposed to open, but that gives me a chance to go check out Foy's. We haven't been there for a few months, but look how cool this place is. Like, we've got Time Warp Toys, we've got a collectible shop right next door, we've got Foy's adult costume shop, there's a tattoo shop right after that. Across the street, we've got an oddity spot, and we've got a comic book spot. And then when you cross this intersection, there's even more Foy's business. There's like 3 or 4 Halloween related shops down there. You got the main Foy's shop, you've got the prop shop, you've got the kids costume shop, and maybe something else that I'm not remembering right now. So we're gonna walk down to the main Foy's store and just see what's up with a little bit of an out of season Halloween hunting. Maybe we can score something down there. Tell you what, if Time Warp just happens to not be open today, even though their hours say they are, that's really gonna put a damper on my autism, because I really wanted to go to Time Warp. It's been a while, and I wanted to buy not mask stuff for once. I wanted some fucking wrestling figures, some Pokemon, some Goosebumps, some tech decks, all the 90s shit. So when we leave Foy's, they better be open, or else. think that's a Bill Clinton hand puppet, and I don't know why, but I want it, and I also want the West German mask next to it, so I don't know how I missed those all the times I've been here, or maybe they just put them up or something, I don't know, but I'll probably be leaving with those. Perfect, just what I needed, and they were right here next to the Normex condom, which is obviously a novelty, but it's right under the actual condoms, so I don't, maybe it's not. Maybe these are real. All right, so Foy's was successful. Got a couple little scores here, some weird stuff that I already showed you, and maybe something that I didn't show you. Maybe not, I don't know. It's really shitty out. We're walking back down towards Time Warp to see if they're open. If they aren't, maybe this Oddities place will be or something, I don't know. It's gonna be really disappointing if Time Warp's not open today, but we'll figure it out. That's how life goes, right? You're fucking letting me down, Time Warp. I just wanted to give you my money. All right, so we're walking right across the street to this oddity shop. I don't think I've ever actually been in here. Every time I come up here, they are closed. So we're gonna check it out. Looks good. I mean, we got the Crypt Keeper right here, so we'll see what happens. Amen, hallelujah. We have movement in the store. I don't know if they're actually open yet, but we're gonna make this old guy let us in. Ooh, spooky. Dude, oh man, this better be worth it. Yeah. Woo! Oh yeah. I'm a rainbow warrior as well. Say this quick so I don't get copyrighted from the music in the back. We have loads of Pokemon cards here, but they all seem to be newer cards, so if it ain't the OG 151. I ain't interested. But I guess I'll move on to the wrestling figures and see how many Stone Colds we can pull. I've seen a couple sticking out, but I don't think that I necessarily need them. So it'll have to be something pretty cool for me to want to buy it. Got a Stone Cold right there. There's another one hiding in here somewhere. The only one that I've seen that I don't have is this guy. Not really sold on him for 18, so I'll just leave him there for some pondering, and we'll keep exploring the store and see what else we can find. This place has actually changed quite a lot. The last time I was here, this was all wrestling stuff. Just wrestling stuff all over the place. Now there's not a whole lot. I do see a Tony Hawk thing up there. That's kind of cool. I see some Austin stuff right there, but obviously I can't see what it is, so I don't know. We'll keep looking. Definitely a big monster truck fan, specifically Bigfoot, and while this is in Bigfoot packaging, I have no idea what this truck is. I've never seen that truck before. It's obviously not a Bigfoot. There's no Bigfoot stamps on it, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But this is just a prime example of how this place has stuff hiding everywhere. Worth it.
He said on the Ultimate Guitar podcast that there's certainly a lot of interest.
Look at that. Corey's eye spotted that one. I didn't see it at all. I actually don't have that, so I might try to grab that. Modeling kits here. I don't really know if I'm allowed back here, but I'm doing it. All right, so we've gotten Stone Cold, we've gotten Goosebumps. If we could locate something Tech Deck and something Pokemon that I want to buy, this will be a full-on perfect episode. But I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm going to keep browsing. It's very easy to miss stuff in here, so I'll give it one more once-over and just see what we can do. Oh my fucking God. We may have just hit the jackpot. Just keeps finding shit. Oh shit, we got the Sabrina stuff. Sabrina's Haunter, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so we've been sitting on the floor going through this whole box, and we really thought that we were not going to get lucky at all, but I found holographic Nidoqueen, holographic Muck with the fossil stamp, pretty sick, birthday Pikachu, couple unknowns, holographic Wigglytuff, and some other randoms, sleeved unknown, sleeved Dark Kadabra, nothing that's holographic or special after that, but a couple cool pieces in there, so if we can bundle them up, see if we can take them. We just keep finding books. I wish there was an easier way for me to set this up so you guys could see what I'm seeing, but I mean, come on. Come on. All right, so we just left Time Warp Toys. I got a nice little bundle of goodness. I've got some Goosebumps, I've got some more Goosebumps, I've got some Pokemon, I've got some Stone Cold. I'm pretty content. I don't know what my budget was supposed to be for today, but I feel like I definitely just went over it. But you know, fuck it, we ball. Also, we are now en route to a Pokemon-only store called Original 151. I think it's mostly modern stuff that they are actually selling, like for Pokemon or for Nintendo. But I like the old, nasty, gritty stuff. But we'll see. Maybe they'll have some old stuff. Who knows? All right, this place is in a mall. I may have stuck this in a Halloween hunting at one point. I don't remember. But we just realized that there is a melt right there. So we're definitely getting some grilled cheese whenever we leave this Pokemon spot. Oh my God. Goddamn now, boy, look at that thing. Shit. Ooh. Tell you what, I fucking hate malls. Every time I come to a mall, I feel like I'm in a fever dream. We just walked the entire stretch of the mall to get to the only escalators that we could find, and they are broken. So we have no idea how to get upstairs. Very annoying. Place isn't real. We couldn't find any of those things like the directives that'll tell you where to go or where you are. The only thing that we could find was a fake storefront that had the information for the storefront that we wanted, and it said second floor next to the FYE. So we've been walking around for like 30 minutes, no FYEs, and we just got to this end. Is that it, really? It's right behind me now. Okay. So we just found the FYE. But we can't find this place, right? And we're walking up here, and I look down, and on the first floor is the Original 151, and now there's literally a goat in a diaper walking around. Okay. So this isn't real anymore, right? I'm dreaming now? All right, fucking finally. This better be worth it. Tell you what, the slowpoke better calm down. You think I won't? More scores, and that's cool and all, but this is the real prize. This is a fucking joke, right? Why is the melt closed? Dude, everything we want. I mean, nothing actually went wrong today. We were just slightly inconvenienced by the Time Warp guys being late, but what the fuck? God, being a white guy is hard. I'm out here trying to fucking buy Pokemon and just get a little food in my tummy because I'm tired. I need a pick-me-up. You know, I'm only a 30-year-old straight male doing adult shit, and the melt's closed? It's not fucking melt, but whatever. All right, I believe it's our last stop of the day. We're at Schultz's Hobbies in Kettering. Haven't been to Kettering in a long time. Looks like mostly O-scale stuff, but hopefully they got some HO-scale stuff, and I can find some scores. Today's luck continues, it'll be all right. All right. Let's go over the scores of the day. We are up in the loft here. I've got everything set out on the layout table, which I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about here in just a second. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to go over. This is a pretty good day for hunting, and it wasn't even a Halloween hunting, really. I mean, we did go to Foy's. We did get some Halloween-related items. But for the most part, this was exactly what I wanted it to be, knocking out scores in other departments of my life, the different hobbies that I have and the collections that I collect. So yeah, let's go ahead and lay everything out. I'll try to go in order of the stores that we went to. So first up will be Foy's, and then the last thing I'll show you guys is the train-related stuff, and then I'll show you guys the layout table and kind of tell you guys a little bit about the plans that we have with this. So without further ado, here's the scores. All right, so we will start with the Foy's Halloween bag, and I initially saw this mask, thought that it was creepy, thought that it had a nice vintage West German vibe to it, definitely reminiscent of like the Brutes or the Hobos or something of that source, and I don't know what it is. It is a vinyl mask, but I'm looking at it now, and it doesn't quite seem like a vintage West German. There is a stamp. It is a Fright Asylum 1997 by Disguise, which is interesting because I didn't know that they messed with vinyl at all. Regardless, saw this thing for 20 bucks. 20 bucks is 20 bucks, and obviously we're not talking about a blowjob here, but I thought that the mask was pretty cool, and then I saw what was next to it, and I got even more stoked because they looked so weird together, specifically because this is such a weird item. I think what we have here is a weird Bill Clinton hand puppet thing. Like,
it doesn't even really look like President Clinton.
Oh, come on, dude, a little bit.
Okay, and
Oh, man.
and that impression sucks. I mean, just it's just bad on every level.
I don't know. It's so strange and creepy, and they were just kind of cuddled up together on that shelf right above Zoltar. So we got a 1990 Mask Illusions Wild Bill. So yes, I am correct. Only 13 bucks.
Quincy Jones.
Man, I love that show. That did it. Oh, man, it's a great theme. Remember Red Fox, man? That dude is great. Remember he'd always be calling Elizabeth? Oh, man.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm glad that I have it because it is super, super weird. So that is the Foy's haul. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I got these chattering teeth. We're going to add these to the, come on now. We're going to add these to the Grandpa's mask display, the Dino's Mask Shop up front. I want to put these on the cash register. And for some reason, I had such a hard time finding these. I went to 4 different shops in town that I thought would for sure have chattering teeth, and none of them had them. And I know that I could have just ordered them off of Amazon and gotten them the next day, but for whatever reason, I didn't want to do that. And I knew that I was going to find some sooner or later. It wasn't a big deal. They're just chattering teeth. So what a better place to score them than at Foy's. So there's that. I'm actually going to put you guys back up on this building as my little tripod because it's so hard to get the stuff out of the bags here. So before we move on, let me readjust. All right, it's not perfect, but it will do. So what was next? We went to Time Warp Toys next. We finally got them to be open. Now, obviously, we stopped at a few other shops today. We went to the Oddity shop, and we went to like a comic book / card battling place. I don't really know what you'd call those. I got a stack of loose Pokemon cards. I also got 2 books, and I got 2 bigger items down there. So we'll talk about the books real quick. I got this Series 2000 book. This is actually not mine. I got this for Alan Cassidy of the Black Dahlia Murder. I'm trying to help him up his Goosebumps game. He says he has the original series, but he is working on his Series 2000s and other random books like the Choose Your Own Ending books and whatnot. So I figured, I don't even know if I've given him this yet or not, but doubles never hurt. So we've got the Jekyll and Heidi book from Series 2000 there. This is one of the first books that I ever owned as a child. I remember having like the original set of Goosebumps books, but when Series 2000 came out, I was actively buying them at stores, which was pretty cool, and I definitely remember having this one. So that is Alan's. I also picked up this Goosebumps movie novel. It was super cheap, and I'm not sure if I have it or not, but again, doubles never hurt. If I do, I'll just throw this into Alan's box that I'm putting together. I hate the movies. I do truly hate the movies. The only thing that I hate more than the Goosebumps movies is the new Goosebumps TV series, because holy shit, it's awful. This was just Jumanji with a couple Goosebumps characters, but the new TV show is a whole other level of TikTok cringe, wokeness, try hard. It's just really, really cringy. So I can't stand it. It blows my mind that anybody out there says that they like it. There's no Goosebumps feel to it. It feels like every typical fucking Conjuring, Annabelle movie ever. There's just nothing to it aside from the fact that they're like, hey, the gay kid's friends with the jock. Isn't that cool, guys? Could we pander a little harder? So, kind of annoying. Whatever. Those are my 2 Goosebumps scores for now. And then we move on to the Pokemon cards. I'm not going to go super heavy through these. I mean, I just picked the holos that I could find. It's not like anything in here is a first edition or shadowless or whatever it's going to be. I'd say probably the biggest score that I got was this Radiant Venusaur Pokemon Go card. But I just got stuff that I thought was cool. We got a Dark Gloom, Team Rocket there. We've got Holo Chansey. And the prices were sick. $1 a piece for those things. We got the Birthday Pikachu, Wigglytuff. Always got to get my holographic Mux. And that's actually a fossil stamp, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, there's just some random little goods in there. Nothing else too crazy. Got a nice bulk deal at the toy store because I said, hey, I'm buying lots of stuff. Why don't you sell everything to me for a group discounted rate? Now, the 2 bigger items that we got there, showed these earlier. We've got the Bad to the Bonds. I don't know why they decided that that was the way that they were going to do Bones. I would have at least put an E in there. So, Bad to the Bonds Stone Cold set. Did not have this. They had 2 sealed. I ended up taking the one that I thought was in better condition. Love some Stone Cold stuff. And then we've got Goosebumps Terror in the Graveyard, still sealed. I did not have this. And I was kind of wondering, like, I just finished up one whole section of Goosebumps stuff. We built new shelves for it, and I've got everything that can go up right now. And I was like, man, there's still 2 or 3 loose shelves. I wonder if we're going to be able to fill those up with Goosebumps stuff. But between the Trick or Treat Studios release yesterday and this score right here and whatever else I'm going to continue finding, I'm pretty sure that in no time, those 2 shelves are going to be filled, and that whole side is going to be nothing but Goosebumps, which is pretty rad. I'm not complaining about that at all. I remember this from my childhood. I played it at like my aunt's house or something with my cousins. I never actually owned it myself, but I've always loved the art on it, and I just am pretty stoked to have that. I probably overpaid a little bit for it, but again, he did give me like a big group bulk discount rate on the entire lot, so I only paid $200 for everything from the toy store, and I think that's all right. I mean, I'm pretty happy. We hit every single point that I wanted to hit except for Tech Decks and Monster Jam or Bigfoot. Did I want anything else? Goosebumps, Stone Cold, more Goosebumps, Pokemon. We did not get Tech Decks. We did not get Monster Jam stuff. So that's pretty good. I mean, we got a lot of stuff there. All right, after that, we ended up going to Original 151, which, again, as I explained as we were going over there, it's a pretty, like, modern shop. They don't sell vintage Pokemon stuff. They did have a couple walls of cards, but they definitely knew what they had, so it wasn't like we were going to be getting any sort of deals over there. But I did pick up a couple things. 2 of these things didn't even make it into the video. So you guys saw that I got this Gloom plushie. I really like that. I think that that's super, super sweet. He was a little expensive at $25, but, you know, whatever. You only live once. I can't take the money with me. That'll give me a little bit of happiness while I'm here on this miserable planet Earth. We got a coughing figure that I actually do not have yet, so that was cool. Corey saw that sitting on one of the cash registers, and he pointed it out. And I didn't even know if it was for sale. It didn't have a price or anything on it, but they were like, yeah, we'll sell it to you for $5. And then after we purchased what we wanted, we started walking out and noticed another shelf that we had missed full of figures. And these are some sort of Japanese figures. I don't even know if they're official. They do have the Pokemon stamp there on the back, but other than that, I don't see anything that says anything about Nintendo or any sort of copyrights or anything like that. Oh, you know what? Right behind the packaging there is a little Nintendo thing. It says Nintendo, Creatures, Game Freak TV, Tokyo, and then a bunch of other stuff, and then Pokemon copyrighted at the end. But yeah, we got ourselves a little Venusaur. I'm always looking to add Venusaurs, Mucks, Coughings, Wheezings, Grimers, Magnemites, stuff like that. My favorite Pokemon to my Pokemon collection. And again, we just rebuilt all those shelves downstairs, so the Pokemon stuff is slowly but surely spreading and starting to be displayed a little better than it was originally. So there is original 151 scores, and now we are on to the final set of scores, and that is a couple little already built second-hand HO scale buildings, because as I mentioned, this is the layout table and we are starting to put together a loose idea of what exactly we are going to be putting on this table. It is going to be a paper mill scene loosely based on the paper mill that is in my city. I love model railroading. I think I finally have the means to put together a semi-decent model railroad, so we are going with what I know, and I watch the locals switch out the paper plant every single day, and I have for a very long time, so I thought that what would be better than kind of paying homage to my city and doing a little switching layout in HO scale, my favorite scale, right here in the loft. So we built this table and we are starting to just kind of set things in certain spots. That's not staying at all. That's just a building that I used to have. I have another building that Ben just finished building. It's kind of similar to this, but it's a little more advanced. There's some more structures going on. I've got some stuff on eBay that I'm watching and hoping to get. And yeah, we're just going to throw together a paper mill scene. We're going to have a lot of switching going on. We're going to have a lot of factories, little buildings like this. We're going to have a pulpwood yard down at the end for some wood chips in a big wood chip pile with some sort of front end loader and a siding for wood chip cars. We'll have another siding on the other side and a bunch of wood laid out so that we can have some wood cars and a skid steer that loads wood and stuff like that. And we'll just have a little bit of everything that you would see here in town. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think I finally have the means to do this and the know-how and stuff like that. So it'll be a fun project to kind of get me away from the mask. So when nothing is going on in the horror world, I can still come up here and trinket and just be the true 90-year-old man that I am. So I picked these up. I thought that they were pretty good looking for just little random buildings that would be seen around a paper mill. This can be some sort of little storage shed. And we got two sides on there so you can do all kinds of stuff with that. It was like 10 bucks. It's already pre-weathered. Pre-built is a big thing because I hate putting these things together. This thing was only 13 bucks. Again, it was pre-built. We've got a little loading area. We can back a semi up on that. And I don't know what buildings I'm going to end up using and not using, but it's better to have too many and take them off the layout than to not have enough. So whenever I see something like this, I go ahead and pick it up and just hope that it'll work out. So just to give you an idea, I mean, these things can really sit however, but yeah, I mean, we're just throwing it together. There is no layout plan yet. There's no track plan, nothing like that. I'm just waiting to get enough pieces that I can be a little more serious about the design of this. But for right now, this is what we're working with. All right, so there you go. Not much more to say. Just a fun little day shopping in Dayton, kind of expanding on my other collections and giving you guys an idea of the other stuff that I shop for when it's not all about masks or horror movies or metal music. And I think that it was pretty successful. I had a really, really good time. I'd love to do this again. Maybe we could go to Cincinnati or something like that, or maybe even make a weekend of it and go to somewhere like Pittsburgh. I know there's all sorts of different little nerd shops, comic book shops, card stores, horror places, stuff like that up in Pittsburgh. And I would love to hit Pittsburgh. It's probably been close to 10 years since I've been there. So maybe if you guys dig this type of content, we can keep this going semi-regularly. It is basically Halloween hunting with a little less Halloween. But I know that a lot of people out there are my age and nerd over the same exact things that I do. So I just thought, you know what? It's slow season. There's not a lot going on in the world of theatrical music right now. And there's definitely not a lot going on in the world of horror. So I'm just kind of taking what I can get. And if I could shoot something like this, then why not? I'm going to do it anyways. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to stop talking. I feel like way too much of this video has been me talking, but I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much for watching. And until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to variety. And we will see you guys in the next one.